Hi, I just wanted to do a quick video because I happened to have an order come in for a pair of beckoned wings in the 8 mummy fabric, and I of course have a pair of beckoned in the quills, which are the 5 mummy fabric, and I thought what a great opportunity for you guys to see the difference since it's the exact same pattern. And so I just wanted to take a second. Obviously you can tell which side is the quills because they're bouncing, okay? But I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to show you the difference between the two, because there's definitely some differences, and some are good things and some are not. So one of the biggest issues with the ones that have the wooden dowel, which you've heard me talk about before, is the fact that they're very unforgiving, from the standpoint that if you hit a wall, you get that and it's going to ricochet off, okay? I am in a very small space here. I did do a short video of me trying to use these in here, and it's very difficult because I'm in limited space, but you can kind of get the gist here. And they are beautiful, make no mistake. They are gorgeous in motion. The fact that you have an exact trajectory because the wooden dowel doesn't move is helpful in some respects, because you know exactly where it's going to land. The other thing is, this is the motion where you really see the difference between the quill and the wooden dowel. The wooden dowel gives you better lift over your head, right here. So this move is the one where the wooden dowel really beats out the quill. But you know, it's a beautiful motion because of the wood. It's a little bit heavier to use. For some people, they like that because it feels a little bit sturdier. So that's kind of one of the good points of this. With the full-sized wing, you're talking about a 4-foot wooden dowel. So that's long. I'm 5'4" and 1/2. So again, one of the problems I run into is I'll hit the floor because I'm short. And so anyway, you really have to practice with it to know where it's going. But they move beautifully, obviously, as you can see here. You can see how it caught on that side real quick. That was because of the fact that I'm in limited space here, and so I'm not really able to do arm movements that are as big as they really need to be to keep them from twisting a little bit. But I just want you to get the idea. The big benefit on the ones with the wooden dowel is the fact that you can take the wooden dowel out. And so this gives you a lot of variety with your silk. So not only can I use it as a wing, I can dance with it by itself, like this. Or I can wear it. So the fact that it has a pocket sewn in it doesn't really detract from it unless somebody happens to walk up very close. You're not even going to necessarily see that it's there. So you can definitely wear it as well. So that is one of the big benefits of doing the wooden dowel. It's the fact that you have a little more versatility with it. Now, with that said, let me show you the quills again. And I know you guys have seen these before, but again, the biggest benefit of the quill is how forgiving it is. And so even though this is actually a little bit longer even than that, because with a quill, it works best if it goes to just past the halfway point. So these are about 52 inches long, as opposed to the 48-inch wooden dowel that you use. And when I hit the floor in this, it just keeps moving. It bends and keeps going through. Now you'll see here's the one over my head, and you'll see I'm not getting quite as much lift with the quill. I am having to be intentional about how I do it to make sure it's not smacking my face, but it still is working very well, as you can see. That's probably the quill's weakest spot with this. But again, the fact that they're lighter is wonderful. Again, you can see I don't have enough space, that's why it's getting twisted a little bit. The fact that they're lighter is good if you don't have a lot of arm strength, because you'll be able to go for longer. And so they do move beautifully, as you can see. And so they have a similar look, you just have the bend in the quill that you don't have in the wooden dowel. So anyway, they move beautifully and they store easily. Both of them store easily. With the quills, they store just like any other quill, where you just bend it gently in half and wrap the silk around it, and it has a protective bag that it can go in with with the ones on the wooden dowel, how I typically store mine is I will fold the tail back down like this so that it is folded into a quarter circle, and then I usually just roll it on the wooden dowel because this is a really easy way to store it. Some people will take the wooden dowels out and just store the silk separately, but either way will work. And again, you know, they're both fantastic products. It really just depends on your preference. And so at the end of the day, whatever is going to work best for you, depending on what your worship environment is like. If you're in a smaller church, I suggest using the quills so you don't take somebody's eye out with a wooden dowel, unless you're planning on just using the silk and dancing with it, which is fine. If you've got more space, or if you are doing a worship performance where you're going to have a designated area and you're not going to have to worry about worshipers randomly walking into your space, you're probably fine with a wooden dowel. And so, I mean, you'd be fine with a quill too. But anyway, those are just some of the things to bear in mind when you're picking which one works for you. Anyway, hopefully that helps give you an idea about the difference between the two. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. God bless you and happy worshiping.